Watch live shows and podcasts. Everyone is not just listening. Now, everyone is watching.
This is not just milk. It's Dairy Gold milk. It's farm fresh and it's delicious.
This is Sun FM. It's 4 p.m.
Sun FM.
The news.
With the news, my name is Alan Mwale. The headlines. The Zambia Empowerment Hub for Entrepreneurship and Skills Training has called for transparent and clear selection criteria on the voluntary training program under the Ministry of Defense. The Ministry of Tourism has launched a campaign aimed at enhancing the zoo and expanding its animal population at next year's Zambia International Trade Fair. The Professional Teachers Union of Zambia has welcomed the approval of the Teaching Professional Bill of 2025 by Cabinet. And in sports, the Copper Queens return to action this evening at the Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON when they take on Senegal in their second Group A fixture at the El Bashir Stadium in Mohammedia. We have the news in detail shortly.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
And now the news in detail. The Zambia Empowerment Hub for Entrepreneurship and Skills Training has called for transparent and clear selection criteria on the voluntary training program under the Ministry of Defense. Government under the Ministry of Defense recently released 17 million kwacha for youth training programs under the Zambia National Service ZNS voluntary training program. Reacting to the development, ZHEST Executive Director Clarence Muziamba commended government, stating that it will help empower youths. Mr. Muziamba has since urged the ZNS to partner with youth training institutions to ensure that quality training programs and empowerment is given to the beneficiaries. He believes doing so will ensure that youths acquire different skills to sustain themselves in society and contributing to economic growth.
Is to ensure that they put maximum effort to ensure that they learn, and after they have learned the different skills, they should be able to implement, open their own businesses and contribute to the growth of our economy. ZEST is the think tank, non-governmental organization working around entrepreneurship, environment, governance, and empowerment programs, policies, and projects.
The Ministry of Tourism has launched a campaign aimed at enhancing the zoo and expanding its animal population at next year's Zambia International Trade Fair. Speaking at the recently concluded Zambia International Trade Fair held under the theme Enhancing Business Resilience Through Innovation and Trade, Director of Planning and Information, Dr. Charles Mweshi, encouraged showgoers to turn up in large numbers next year. He revealed that a wider variety of animals, including exotic species not native to Zambia, will be showcased during the event. Dr. Mweshi further stated that the ministry is aware of the ongoing challenges related to wildlife poaching and assured the public that concrete measures are being implemented to curb the illegal activity.
The 2025 Zambia International Trade Fair has officially come to a close. Fair patrons have shared mixed reactions regarding the zoo with many expressions a desire to see a greater variety of animals in future.
What I think the organizers should do is also to improve on the infrastructure around this place. As you can see, there's a lot of dust and it's not just conducive. I'm sure when the kids leave this place, they'll have flu. So this is a plea to the organizers to please improve on the infrastructure. And also kudos to the Zambia Tourism Board, because they keep improving the animals that they brought. Looking at last year, the number of animals that have come this year is a little bit higher than they brought last year.
Children had their own unique experience and the reflections on the zoo and the overall show atmosphere.
I like coming here because when I come here, I learn a lot of things. Like, for example, about this extraordinary creature, which is the ostrich. The ostrich is one of the most fastest birds in the world, and because of its long legs, it can run about 100 meters per hour. And also an ostrich is very incredible, but the bad part is that it is a flightless bird, so it cannot fly, but it can run about 100 meters per hour.
If you are here, you could have seen many things. Like, I'm a grade 6. We went to Livingstone. Most of us, we saw most of these animals, but we have seen new ones because we only saw like tigers and Mukuni, Big Five, and others.
Dr. Charles Chileshe, Director Planning and Information at the Ministry of Tourism, has offered assurance to patrons that enhancements to the zoo exhibit will indeed be moving forward.
In terms of birds, I think we have the ostrich there, then we have the vulture, and we also have the eagle. But basically, all that is just trying to demonstrate the conservation efforts that we are putting in as government. But like I said, those conservation efforts can only bear fruit if government and the community were able to combine our efforts.
Meanwhile, the Zambia International Trade Fair Trust deemed it fit to commemorate the 2025 edition under the theme Enhancing Business Resilience Through Innovation and Trade. Reporting for Sun FM Radio and TV, I'm Cletus Mutoki in Ndola.
The Professional Teachers Union of Zambia has welcomed the approval of the Teaching Professional Bill of 2025 by Cabinet. Days ago, Cabinet approved the Teaching Professional Bill of 2025 that will allow, among other things, for teachers to undertake licensure exams before being granted practicing licenses. Pro2's Public Relations and International Affairs Unit Brian Mwila said from inception, the profession has been in support of the licensure examination at the point of entry into employment. Mr. Mwila added that the exams are a standard practice world over, hence it is a welcome move in the teaching fraternity. Mr. Mwila said the bill will encourage universities and colleges to produce competent and quality teachers who will contribute to the quality of education. We take a break and return with sports.
Shake and sip down in your soul. What you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Shake and sip. Get up and show me how to shake and sip. Get up off your feet.
Shake things up with Shake and Sip Fruity Milk.
Shake and sip. Go, go, go. Every moment you be in the zone. Shake it up, shake and sip is the way to
Shake
go.
and Sip, when fresh meets fruity.
And in sports, the Copper Queens return to action this evening at the Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON when they take on Senegal in their second Group A fixture at the El Bashir Stadium in Mohammedia. Zambia head into the match following an exciting 2-2 draw against the tournament hosts Morocco in their opening game, while Senegal swept aside DR Congo 4-0 in their opener. This encounter is a rematch of the 2022 WAFCON quarterfinal, where Zambia and Senegal played out a 1-1 draw after extra time. The Copper Queens held their nerve to emerge 4-2 winners on penalties, securing a historic place in the semi-finals. Hence, the memory of that battle adds extra spice to tonight's meeting. Zambia's recent record against West African opponents at WAFCON has been impressive. In the 2022 edition, the Copper Queens defeated Togo in the group stage, drew with Senegal before the penalty shootout win, and beat Nigeria 1-0 in the third place playoff. In contrast, Senegal have struggled historically against Southern African opposition at the WAFCON finals. Aside from the 2022 penalty shootout loss to Zambia, they also fell 1-0 to South Africa in the group stage of the 2012 tournament. The Copper Queens also boast an encouraging run of form in the group stages, going into the fixture that is set to kick off at 18 hours. Since the 2022 edition, they have gone 5 consecutive group stage matches without defeat, recording 2 wins and 3 draws in that period. Coach Nora Hauptle has maybe forced to some late decisions as 2 players undergo fitness tests. Goalkeeper Catherine Musonda, who missed the opening game, and winger Giomara Mapepa are both being monitored ahead of the kickoff. There is good news in defense, however, as Martha Tembo returns to the fold following a 1-match suspension. Later this evening, the other Group A fixture will see Morocco take on Democratic Republic of Congo at 21 hours Central African time at the Stade Olympique in Rabat, rounding off match day 2 in the group. And that sports item brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Do join us shortly as we get your views on the news. My name is Alan Wale. Stay tuned.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
Imagine having nature's secrets to health and vitality in a bottle. Introducing Lifeway Shot Health Drink. Ginger for digestion. Beetroot for stamina. Aloe vera for skin. Tamarind for metabolism. Baobab for immune support. Lifeway Shot. Embrace wellness naturally.
Oh, what a bad day. When everything is bright and golden. The sun is shining and the mighty morning. Without my family in that moment, that day would have been a bad day.
Yeah, everyone's bad day is my bad day. But guess what? When my banja comes together, there are no bad days.
Banja washing powder, the family detergent.
remember to participate. You will be calling 0955-855-953. We look at the stories that made headlines. The Zambia Empowerment Hub for Entrepreneurs and Entrepreneurship and Skills Training ZEST has called for transparent and clear selection criteria on the voluntary training program under the Ministry of Defense. The Ministry of Tourism has launched a campaign aimed at enhancing the zoo and expanding its animal population at next year's Zambia International Trade Fair. The Professional Teachers Union of Zambia, PROTUS, says it has welcomed the approval of the Teaching Professional Bill of 2025 by Cabinet. While Copper Queens return to action this evening at the Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON when they take on Senegal in their second Group A fixture at the El Bachai Stadium in Mamadia. 0955-855-953. Through to Sun FM, good afternoon. Ize tasebenza chape bwino ise kaya imwe muri bwanji uko kwatu. Why, please do go on.
Thank you very much, sir. I am going to try to put on a I was there to become from Hanagram. I am going to go the world when I was taking a long to Gram, I was town. I want most first attend the this is a profitable one of the time I
Thank you very much. 0955-855-953. That is 0955-855-953. Through to Sun FM, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Vivan Sambashani.
Do abamba fe kuna parishani lelo.
Mpore chifuwecho.
Mkwai.
Ona sonda kufanya ka sport out wala wina 2-0. Tiri wanke Vivan sikashaka kokana.
Utatotela. 0955-855-953. That is 0955-855-953. Good afternoon, you through to Sun FM.
Yes, Ivan, Mambashani.
Abamba fe bwana, we parishani lelo.
Mkwatira mtende Mr. Baja Poster akaimwena mwankashandi bana maparo ninshi mwa bashani sikonkana fe munga murefu mapo 99 ngira fu na idabana maparo bali ndavuza wafu mapo fe uti bana bandanga mapo bana maparo futi bayi
oya
kula fingira ziwafutara akaimwena fimba poke idashi yakabora bamara turefa akabora trisi ngomo asilandira bashikati wamba turefa atrisi kabora tumona twapitinga kosta turefa ama draw atrisi 2-1 nangu 1-0 sende kona tubore kufera ngutuma 1-1 pamuso kutira turebora nama 0-0 pamitu mweshe zano kutwafa banola bakoti ndumva sana bara bure master baposa sana mano kuri bora nola zepo ingira mu game chango pati bazambia bastabwino so moneni kwa bati ba obviously kando ba pirato bonzo wo chikumine bonzo weekend buna ama na players so that no tusekere mu bale tamba bora bazesco apere ni kwa abantu amara itushiko so that batambe ko bora abala kwanisha nangu kuri impepo iri kwerefa ikarishnayo gara mwanda batamba ko kabola bamarasha kiriboze nami pusha bana maparo ko ture konkana firafino after time
tatela 0955 855 953. That is 0955 855 953. Through to Sun FM, good afternoon.
Amarasha, good afternoon.
Afternoon, thank you.
Iwa mambo Crispin wa kumwangibi.
Mukai wakonkanyepo.
Tuwaposhana wa bag. Yaka sports ni wa marashe. Sports. Namuntu afe kwamba veruchera abantu. Abantu balina morao, ntire tulina morao. Then lero tuse tuve disappointed. Wa Zambia nga mureo mfoko murioko. Ifo tulepo afo bushiku wa lero. Ni wini chapwa. And it's very possible we are going to carry the day. Game ya lero na Senegal tule wina. No doubt about it. Murando agwe bati ngatomona sana Zambia for the day. Pari improvement ebona rande no bushiku wa mairo. Ukuchira ya friendly wa tere na banani barya. Apatana na but improve. Ile kwega kumbe hapo. Ni midfield. Midfield not get to weka wangu. 5 minutes yambo kumoneke ya serenkana. Midfield solid. Senegal. Yala mama na wini wa Kongo abana kashi. Nonga baumbe. Ele futhi Senegal na nene Senegal abana kashi. Tababa strong. Meyachi wacho Senegal mwa mina wa Zambia ngana chilanda vende ya tapare ko tulera. Nomba Senegal is beaten remove program. And the Karinga day 2-1. That is my prediction.
Tatotela. 0955 855 953. That is 0955 855 953. Through to Sun FM, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mawamba Shanuku.
Twabomba February, for Varishan Vanaban.
February, I come for Yalipomo Vanaban. Mumpere Milan to Tivantanzia. Awe. Alasenda pofe ine aka sports. Ya, Zambia mwandini vakosi bati vatsevu Lensoni inga twawina tuma points pia ko pamulu. Abakashana. Awe midfield senga na babombera ponisha awe. Yara basevu. Twala batungira bazesko fena papa tabesh miyama like. Yero takwa ba like wote so batwashe senga kwa stop. Ambeko. Filibon sok.
Atotela. 0955 855 953. That is 0955 855 953. Good afternoon, you're through to Sun FM.
Good afternoon, Mr. Marasha. Mabomba shani.
Twabomba Febo, no, Kachish Barishan.
Ndamulanda n'omusore ande tumina kuchira bombwe.
Mugai bakonka nyepo.
Mwana chamuli bwino mwala pula mwishina kwa Yesu Kristo. Mr. Marasha. Mkwai. Mr. Marasha nasenda poine aka football. Tire kwa tuma kuli zinga turewina bore. Beponya afya mibiri. Bora turewina kuzinga bapange stera ntu wanu. Bita kasa ndakashaka kwa kana. Ombeli bwino.
Natotela. 0955 855 953. That is 0955 855 953. It is the Wednesday edition of Views on News, and you're calling us to let us know what your views on news are this particular edition. It is the 9th of July. You're through to Sun FM. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Teta from Kigabombe.
Please do go ahead.
Nina asenda toya kabora. Kankala fya makashana vesiba. Enesi nibi no kushafi vuri so that we nang 3G. So that in Kenya so we Muzamba. Konfoko vulu kwa chatkisaba na veshwari bombi. Hello yindina asenda toya quality of teachers. Yes, nabalanda fevu. It depends on muntu for Zambia. Everybody mufunda ma-registers so that nangena kuti vahombe shavo. But ikota zama-teachers yavava Zambia vamwe vari vaqualified. Vatotera vamaracha kansaka kwakana vonzaka.
Tatotela. 0955 855 953. That is 0955 855 953. Through to Sun FM. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mane.
Good, thanks. Who am I talking to?
Anani wami sekretari tumina kutuapia.
Mugai bakon kanyip.
anasenda kupea ka football. Ana
Emkwa.
bore ine. Bore ine ana iko sa bore ita. Ya kutano. Nende imwena muri diroi. 1-1 bore.
All right, thank you. 0955-855-953. That is 0955-855-953. Mugwai.
Murife good.
Ai, foi lovely que tu ishwe na.
Wena pa friend receipt pare tika. Mweranda no mwina ngumbo. Ili alu vati shots ka change.
Mugwai batsenze bakonka nyepo.
Emkwai. Tukefe na abakashana abakutyaro kuvajuku. Kwena nimfine bareranda bonsenga bare umfwa. Kukwangata kufight. Vetitavira vachitireira. Bora natuwira zoona na. Awe sirata vachita vaponse kwa mano. Then goalkeeper. Ishina ipipa sana. Ila bora vamwingishe ila vaponse kwa mano. Reva tungirira. Ifose weda hata tubawera mwawo. Ero echireka vira kuwine bora. Ero ama pepo tubafuego. Kai mwalisho wa Senegal. Varakakaka kemti ya kukakakaka. Do mapepo benga bomba. Ili ashira alishi viko nipa rusaka hapa vaishirese vana. Pamwana wasa vati hape wino. Kurusaka kugo. Nge choko ete kuboko. So ama pepo ya refaika. Pauti. Tubawine fenga. Tubawina feni shama ngaya fuma puno. Kilo nganga. Bawinero nganga au. So wakasano kopoteni kwa mano. Na coach na yopusa nyeko fintu. Ulia tanda I think ya mkeshe. Abadi lepo undi uyo watupangishe ila penalty ulia defender. So awe vakaramba tuli wanze watumbira muna chama kave yapi aligani kino wama kave lesa spider pa.
Tatotela. 0955-855-953. That is 0955-855-953. That is the number you are calling on this particular afternoon. It is the Wednesday edition of Views on News. We do have about 5 more minutes before we wrap up. Good afternoon. All right, we lost that caller. 0955-855-953. That is 0955-855-953. That is the number you are calling us on this particular afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello? All right, we lost that caller again. 0955-855-953. 0955-855-953. That is the number you are calling on this particular afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello, boss.
Good, thanks. How are you?
How are your bowler today? We not.
I'm good.
Today we na bowler yo na yo. Na vika poipepo le sara kwa. Yo na tule kwa 2-0.
Yeah.
Abike kwa mano wa FIFA vena wa tepu ino timu. Kija batele na Morocco ilia. Bola yari kewu ino. Waisa iona olapie pa mid paje.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Mombe wino boss.
All right, tatotela. 0955-855-953. That is 0955-855-953. That is the number you're calling. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Marasha.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Darrington from Marasha.
It's Darlington. Please do go ahead.
Yeah, sport. I think for me, kuba nakashide kwa kuripanya. Mfweni, coach aleba panse pala. Our players abe never feel kuzaika tana shi. Kosa la mwita mukati. Coach ta kwa problem no matimu zadi. Our players abe nitinga mwe katana se mukati mulya. Because coach kutali alaba. Kimwewe ne minimum wala mugoma musa ni mukati mwewe. Imotukala mwana. Coach yakala tambe bona ino. Akala tamba na aleba panse. So imo kupota kwa maana ko. Sikatana. Sio kwa kwa wati. Ni first fee. Dukote wala swatu kutrapeni. Ama hii good yapsuma. Waleta mutala kwa njina mwingine kwa. Kwa tule mtapota kwa. Tulefa bola ya lelo. Tatu mpepeta na kuba mtatulia na ukudia. Wata tulia nga mwawina bola. So tumfuye ni kovi. Na ipo natumiri. Tukantumiriga na mapuka. We show the team. Thank you. Tuwe wina lelo. Chafe.
Thank you. 0955-855-953. I think I do have a space for one more call this might just be the last call for the day. Good afternoon.
Yes, afternoon, Mr. Malacha. How are you?
I'm great, thanks, Mr. DM. How are you?
Well, I'm good. The weather is biting us.
Oh, yeah.
We can only hope the girls will keep us warm with a victory this evening.
Of course, we
The Copper
hope so.
Queen. Indeed. Yeah, well, it is the wish of every Zambian that we win the game. The girls just have to remain focused and work for it. Let them forget about the past game against Morocco and focus solely on today's game. It will be tough. You know, Senegal, for them, they've got a grudge. Last time at the same tournament in Morocco again, it is also eliminated them via penalties 4-2 at quarter-final stage. So this time around, they are steady. They are not willing. They won't give it up easily to the same opponent who happens to be Copper Queens. So I hope the boys, rather the girls, are well psyched up by Coach Nola. Otherwise, all they have to do is to avoid the defeat and hope for another good result against Congo there in the final game. It will be painful for a team of Copper Queens caliber to be eliminated at this stage. So we can only hope and wish them all the very best this evening. We keep our fingers crossed, and I think they will do us proud, though I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. Thank you so much, and work well.
Thank you very much. That happens to be our last caller for today's edition of The Drive. Thank you to everybody that managed to come through on today's Views on News. This still is The Drive, and of course we still have you covered with Flashback Wednesdays. We're taking it back to some of those memory lane. Some are comfortable, some are not, but we'll conversate more about that. Remember, the Request Power Hour comes through as well, where you will be able to call us in and let us know what song you would love to listen to. And well, if there's a memory attached, if you would love to share, why so? Not a problem. Good afternoon.
Mama twapatira abwera ndani bigiriko ndiye